If there is one thing this movie taught me that I used to tell myself back in college, is that you should never trust anybody named Abigail. So if you're a subscriber of mine and your name just happens to be named Abigail, listen, I love you and thank you for supporting the channel. But in the words of the great Future and Metro Boomin, we still don't trust you. So Abigail is a brand new horror film that I recently found out happened to be directed by the same guy who made Ready or Not alongside with Tyler Gillette. Damn, no wonder this movie was so good. The film is directed by Matt Bettinelli-Open and it stars Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, Alicia Ware, Giancarlo Esposito, and the posthumous Angus Cloud. A group of would-be criminals kidnaps the 12-year-old daughter of a powerful underworld figure. Holding her ransom in an isolated mansion, their plan starts to unravel when they discover their young captive is actually a bloodthirsty vampire. Now, going into this movie, I knew it was a vampire film, so I expected there to be a lot of blood and gore. And this movie did not disappoint. The amount of bloody violence and gore in this movie is insane. Like, this is the type of gore you would see in something like The Boys. People getting their necks ripped off, bodies exploding. You know how that goes. And I'm glad this movie did not hold back with the violence, because with a movie like this, you can't hold back. You have to go all out. But the kills in here are awesome. And I think what makes them awesome is the use of practical effects. So this movie does use practical effects to make the kills look more visceral and realistic. And I think that truly paid off. But regardless, I love the bloody violence. The blood and gore was insane. And the use of practical effects really elevated that. And the characters, I actually like them. So we have our 6 main characters here, and they're all here for one true purpose: money. But here's the thing. The movie gives an explanation as to all of these characters and their backstories. But I love how the movie explains who all these characters are and how they all really are just very broken people doing some very heinous things to get by in life or to get some type of benefit out of what they're doing. Now, one could argue, if you look at it from like an outside standpoint, they kind of are playing stereotypical characters to a certain extent. For example, you have the final girl, the dumb brute idiot, the charming asshole, the hot dumb blonde girl, the stoic and serious one. And then there's just Agnes Cloud being Agnes Cloud. R.I.P. Agnes Cloud, by the way, man. I really hope his friends and family are doing okay, because that passing, that one hurt. But going back to the characters, all of them were great, but the biggest standout to me was Alicia Ware as Abigail. This girl's performance was incredible. Seriously, if her performance was not convincing, this movie would not have worked. The range of this actress is crazy. Like, to play this innocent, young, confused little girl and then turning into this wicked, vicious, bloodthirsty vampire was convincing and also pretty hilarious at times. But Abigail as a character was hilarious, she was terrifying, and she was very menacing. And Alicia Ware gave a hell of a performance. And give folks enough time, Abigail might become a future horror icon. Just saying. Like how I said how Abigail was hilarious, here's the thing. The movie as a whole was hilarious. This movie was way more funny than I originally anticipated. Like, I knew there would be some type of cheesy humor, but the humor in here, like, no. You could argue this is a horror comedy. All of the best jokes, in my opinion, came from Catherine Newton's character and Kevin Durant's character. To me, those were the funniest characters in the whole movie. Like, it's like they're dumb, but they're so funny at the same time. But majority of the jokes in this film stick the landing. They are perfectly timed. And honestly, this is a very self-aware movie. And they really took advantage of that. The story in this movie is very, very simple. But once you get towards the very end, like the third act, shit gets more crazy. And that's what I loved about this movie, especially in the third act. This movie managed to subvert my expectations while also throwing in a series of plot twists that made me go, whoa. Like, okay, I did not see that coming. But in the third act, like I said, there were a lot of plot twists, and those plot twists consist of, well, you could argue a quadruple double crossing, if that makes sense. You'll know what I mean once you see the film. Some people may or may not like the plot twists and the double crossings, whatnot, quadruple crossings. Wow, I can't talk. Quadruple crossings, right? but I'll leave that up to the audience. But in the end, y'all, Abigail is a bloody fun time. I had an absolute blast watching this movie. The entire cast was awesome. The kills were awesome. The movie was flat out hilarious. And the movie has some really damn good pacing. Like, I cannot deny. The movie's only like, what, an hour and 50 minutes? But it makes the most out of that hour and 50 minutes. And honestly, I don't think I have any problems with this film. So, plugging Abigail into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Abigail. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Abigail. Did you love it? Did you hate it? How would you guys feel if Abigail and Ready or Not took place in the same universe? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.